I put out a sex tape. I thought maybe that would help. That didn't help at all.
Did not help at all.
You want the American dream. You want the life, the liberty, the happiness. But until you get there, until you achieve your goals and make your dreams come true, you know what you have. You have the journey, the hustle, the climb. I'm Kelsey Humphreys, and this is The Pursuit, where I interview the best of the best in person on their home turf about how they got started, how they got to where they are today, and what you can learn from them about success. Prepared to be inspired, equipped, motivated, encouraged, and have a lot of fun.
5, 4. Kelsey, are you ready?
I'm ready. Talk about a crazy day in the life of Kelsey Humphreys was the day I got to sit and interview the Property Brothers. This was outside New York City, which was so exciting for me because I hadn't been to New York City since I was a kid. And you know, this show is a traveling show, and so I love to go wherever I can to meet these people and find them, you know, as they are, where they're working. Unfortunately for the Property Brothers, we couldn't shoot them on their home turf. But I loved just being around New York City, doing the sightseeing, and then we drove up to Tarrytown to actually do the interview. We couldn't do the interview in their apartment because that's where HGTV was putting them up while they shot their New York episodes, but it wasn't really their home, and so they didn't want to shoot there. So we ended up shooting at a nearby restaurant near their apartment instead. So this recording is a little bit noisy, and we had some issues with the light, and we had issues with our equipment. I like to call that the resistance. I think it's Stephen Pressfield who writes about that. And if you follow my quick pep talks on Facebook or my weekly emails, I talk about it a lot because the closer I get to doing awesome things and getting my show on TV and getting larger distribution, the closer I get, the more resistance there is. And so this episode, I'm so glad that we got all that we did, and the knowledge and information and all the insights are amazing. So just because there was a few technical difficulties did not stop us from putting together an amazing episode. I think that you will find this is a different set of Property Brothers, but also the exact same Property Brothers. They are the exact same in person as they are on TV. Their show is not scripted at all, so that makes sense. But they were just as fun and funny and warm and totally just awesome. They were just awesome. And they were also very passionate about business, very passionate about branding, really wanting to help people achieve success. So I think you will love this interview with the Property Brothers. Jonathan and Drew Scott, if you don't know who they are, I don't know what's wrong with you. They are the charismatic twin brothers who star in HGTV's hit series Property Brothers, Buying and Selling, and Brother vs. Brother. Along with their winning blend of sibling rivalry and humor, they have a rare knack for finding fixer-uppers and turning them into perfect properties. Jonathan, a renowned designer and licensed contractor, and Drew, a seasoned agent, have bought and renovated real estate for over 15 years. In addition to their on-screen success, Drew and Jonathan founded Scott Brothers Entertainment, which produces engaging content for TV, film, and digital platforms. They also serve as global ambassadors for World Vision, working to improve child protection domestically and abroad. Thank you guys so much for sitting down with us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
I obviously am a super fan and I'm super excited, and so are everyone who is.
I don't know if this is super fan behavior. I need to see more.
Before you got here, she fangirled for a while.
Oh, okay.
You got it out on me, and then you're okay.
I'm just trying to be cool. I'm trying to hold it in. But what I want to talk a little bit about today is what people don't know about you, that you guys have been entrepreneurs forever. Tell us about, didn't your entrepreneurial journey start in your teens?
No, actually before that. It started when we were 7 years old.
Wow.
So Jonathan and I were always go-getters ever since we were kids. We always wanted to find a way to, get ahead with what we were trying to do and find ways to make money. It's silly thinking 7-year-olds.
Overachievers.
Yeah, overachievers. It's silly thinking 7-year-olds trying to make money, but we did. I mean, we wanted to buy, we have a sword collection, and even as kids, we wanted to get swords and different cool things. And so we had, when we were kids, little hangers that we made, sort of nylon weaved around a hanger with a little rosette. Sounds like a cute arts and craft thing that kids do, but we actually started selling these to neighbors, to friends, family, and then we found a lady that had a chain of American paraphernalia stores in Japan, and she started buying them by the thousands.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we were making thousands of dollars as 7-year-olds. We hired our mom, our older brother.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that actually leads to a reader question who asked if your parents did anything to encourage your entrepreneurial spirit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing they taught us is don't let anyone tell you that it can't be done. There's always a way to do it without stepping on people to get, to achieve what you want to achieve. And if you really want to reap the rewards of a successful career, be willing to put in the hard work. We grew up in a ranch, so you learn all about the value of $1 on a ranch. You don't get an allowance to go out and shovel the stalls and paint the fences. This is part of your job as a kid on a ranch. Right. So we, for us, it was that constant effort, being told to always put in the hard work.
The work ethic that our parents instilled in us when we were kids, and the fact that they also said to us all the time, if there's something that you love, go after it, no matter what. If somebody tells you you can't do it, go out there and find 5 ways to do it. So we never gave up on anything we wanted to do.
I love that. So now, when did you start with your real estate and development business?
Well, it depends in what aspect you're referring to, because as kids, when my parents would go out for dinner and we were left with the babysitter, we would completely rearrange all the furniture in the house. So every time my parents would come home, it was totally different. And they were like, oh, it's so cute. They probably thought, these kids are so annoying. But we actually started doing real estate when we came out of high school. We didn't want to be struggling actors. So we thought, let's invest in real estate and we can fund all of our creative endeavors that way. And so we started reading every book on real estate, buying books, infomercials, those infomercials with the babes and boats in the background. Like, I want babes and boats.
He still wants that.
And anyway, so we started doing this, and there's a lot of misinformation out there, but we got just enough that we bought our first house at 18 for only $250 down. Wow. And the seller, he had to sell it so bad that he was willing to do a vendor mortgage. So he basically, for his equity, he did a second mortgage. And we fixed it up and made a 50 grand profit, and that's when the light bulb went on. And we just started flipping houses over and over, and this was all through the 90s into the 2000s.
Yeah, so let's talk about TV. How did that happen? Like, did they approach you? Did you pitch to them?
Oh, how did that happen, Drew? Drew expanded our real estate company to Vancouver from Alberta, and but while he was still working with clients and doing the real estate, he realized that we hadn't really done any acting in about 10 years, and so he wanted to start doing a little bit more acting. So he was auditioning, and instead of getting acting roles, he started getting put out for more hosting roles. And
because of my real estate experience.
Yeah, and originally I remember Drew being like, I don't want to be a host. I want to be like an action superstar. And anyway, so Drew, he got called in for a show called Realtor Idol. It was the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
Hey. I have a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
But that show was a dumb idea.
So the same production company was working on a new show called My Dream Home, where they had that kind of typical male-female host looking at doing these big dream home makeovers, and they found out that he had a brother who was a designer and a contractor, and
a twin,
and happened to be a twin. So originally, because they were looking for the male-female combo, they thought he's pretty effeminate, that would work out, and they
the guy with that hair.
Brought us in for a sizzle, and it paid off. That's how Property Brothers. We reworked the idea, and it became Property Brothers.
So you never really did you set out like eventually we're going to go to TV with this, or that wasn't your plan?
No, not in the beginning. I mean, one thing we did do before that was pitched, we had spoken to a couple of broadcasters about pitching us as hosts. Way early on, we didn't think about hosting at all. When I was wanting to act, I didn't think about it. Then we were thinking, okay, there could be some interest here because of our experience, and then that show was pitched to us.
And we never even thought of, all of the business involved in what we do now. When you're a personality as opposed to just a celebrity, people value your opinion. They'll make purchasing decisions based on your expertise. And so we really keep the bar raised pretty high about what we put out there, what companies we align with, and
what talk shows that you go on.
Exactly.
Of course, only the most successful ones.
Yes.
To be honest, we've been actors since we were kids. We produced some short films and stuff when we were kids. Wanted to make our own films, but we realized whether you're an actor, a director, a host, producer, there are so many people in this industry that don't understand business at all, and especially as producers and directors, it seems funny to me. You'd think that they do, and so for us to go away and learn business through real estate, and then come back to this industry we were already in before, we came back with a whole new outlook, understanding how business works, and seeing ourselves as a brand or brands. And so I think that's one thing that helped us excel, is that we do understand business where a lot of people in our industry don't.
But it's interesting because if we were acting in we did a lot of stuff. Drew was in X-Files, or no, I was in X-Files. Drew was in Smallville. He was actually Tom Welling's body double and a lot of stuff. And so we if we had continued acting like that, we'd get these great acting jobs, and that's fine. But we would never be able to launch a whole furniture line. We'd never be able to work with some of these major brands that we work with. So I do love the fact that we unintentionally segued into real estate, and now we have this pretty significant real estate business in addition to building this production empire.
Yeah, I mean, and the brand itself, we're in over 140 countries now with our shows, and to be known globally as the names in real estate, I think is a great thing. We're able to help people get into their dream homes all around the globe because we're influencing them and inspiring them through our shows.
What's our name in Spanish?
Hermanos Alobra. I had to
Oh
think
my
about
gosh,
that.
please look at the camera and do that again.
Hold on, you have to start looking sideways.
Hermanos
Oh
Alobra.
my gosh, this is the best thing ever. Okay, so we had a reader question. This ties right into what you're talking about from Lindy, and she asked about when you moved into TV, you kind of go from being self-employed and now you're kind of an employee. You know, the network or your director or your producer or whoever is sort of running the shots. So was that a tough transition or was it easy?
Well, it's kind of tough, but when we are the owners of the production company too, it makes it a lot easier. So, hey, Jonathan, can you ask my boss if I can get off early from filming today?
Your boss is a total dick.
Oh.
The funny thing is with us, we don't really, like, there's no script or anything on our show. So when people say to us, they're like, wow, you guys are just like you are on the show. It's because we are just us on the show. We literally laugh all day long. I'm amazed we get any work done sometimes. But it's all about just, you know, I don't know when I open up a wall. I don't know what I'm going to find. I don't know what the family is going to think about a certain thing I have to say. So we just sort of follow the action as it rolls out.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that we've been in film and TV since we're kids, it gave us an understanding of the industry. And so for us to go away, learn business, come back to it, it's not a whole new thing to us. We're very comfortable. I actually think that's one thing that helped us too, because we have a background in sketch comedy, improv, stand-up. We used to do it all, and so it lets us be very natural on camera. Whereas sometimes if people are on TV for a certain skill, whether they're a contractor, designer, lawyer, whatever it would be, sometimes that's what they know, and they're very uncomfortable on camera.
So what's your advice to someone, because there are a million, aspiring, especially designers who want to have their own show someday, or maybe a realtor now, that's another one that wants to, have a realtor show. What's your advice to them?
Realtor Idol, you mean? They want to be on Realtor Idol?
Or something like it.
Go on Realtor Idol.
Yeah.
I know exactly what it is, because when we look back at our old tapes, when we used to audition for some of these hosting roles, we would try and be what we thought a host needed to be, and these tapes are awful.
What does that look like?
Well, look over here. There's one, I still have the tape of this one, and there's a mantle, and I walk in, and I'm like, oh, hello, I'm Jonathan Scott. I'm a designer, and welcome to my home.
So staged.
So stilted.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. You have to be yourself. Do not try and be anything else. What's your hook? How are you different than anybody else out there? Are you the brutally honest person that gets the job done? Or are you the, all sunshine and roses type of person that,
If you're not funny, don't try and be funny.
Yeah.
If you're not some rugged man's man, don't try to be a rugged man.
You have to talk about
He's
me
still
here.
trying, yeah. But I think that's the big thing. And also, a lot of people think it's overnight success for anybody who's an actor or a host. Not at all. If you really want to succeed, you have to put the hours in. When Jonathan and I were really trying hard to get into doing this as a full-time gig, we were doing probably 100 hours a week, whether it was networking, producing some of our own content, doing anything we could to get out there and be seen or to produce quality content that we could show.
What we discovered is nobody is busting down your door to make you a success. So
that's good.
You have to show people you
Love
exist.
that.
Nobody knows you exist unless you show them. So getting out there, blogging is a great thing, because, and there's a little trick for anybody who wants to get into this. Our production company, we have a dedicated casting department, and we are constantly going through the internet, looking at blogs, looking for people who do what we do. Maybe they're a travel person, maybe they're into food, whatever it is. We are constantly looking at blogs to find people who are talented.
Yeah.
Interesting. Speaking of working, even your publicist before you got here was like, these dudes work. So tell us, what's your average day or week like in your life?
What's your average day like?
Busy. I have no downtime. He makes fun of me. Jonathan always says, I'm the only one who does any work.
This is my work day.
Yeah.
I have this and this.
His workday is sledgehammer and smashing houses. When I'm not there, I am doing stuff in the office, or I'm running something with one of our productions. Granted, I still take time to do golf and guitar and a few other things that I like, but I am also working. I just don't do the dirty work like he does, like smashing.
Can you tell that just an hour ago I was covered head to toe in filth? I demoed an entire kitchen,
Yes.
ripped up a floor.
Yes.
You can tell?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
But go back. Tell us what an average week is like.
So most days we go to a city for block shooting. So we're shooting here in New York, for example, for 6 months. So most of the time, early starts for me. Usually I'll start on site at about 7 a.m. and I'll film throughout the day until about 8 p.m. Lunchtime, usually we're doing phone call interviews, press. And then I'd say we usually fly at least once or twice a week. So we'll go do a live appearance somewhere or maybe go to LA for press. We live in Vegas, so I try and get home at least once a month for a day or two.
We also try to do some other projects. We did Hell's Kitchen. We did America's Next Top Model. Playing House is another.
Not as a model.
Yeah,
You
I am the Next Top Model.
He's a little old.
Acting as well. We did Playing House, which was fun. So there are so many different things on the go. I still direct. Jonathan still does his magic when he can. Hopefully next year he's going to be performing in New York, Vegas, and LA.
It's the interesting thing that a lot of people don't understand is they don't understand what a brand is or how branding works. Even if, say it's a real estate agent that works for, a brand like Remax or Keller Williams or something like that. Well, that corporation has their own brand, but you as an individual have your own brand. As a designer, I have my own brand. If you're a TV personality, you have your own brand. So we focus on our brand and what our reach is and always try and grow that and show people that we're not just isolated to just construction and real estate. There's other things that we're interested in. We are involved in a lot of charitable efforts. We sing, we love theater, we do improv and comedy, so you'll see us doing a lot of stuff like that on the side. So we do a lot of celebrity collaborations for companies like Funny or Die, and we did one for Jimmy Kimmel, and create all this funny content that we put online because there's a whole different business in social media these days and in digital.
Yeah.
So it's all about understanding your brand and making sure that you're always growing your brand.
The big thing, we don't take days off really. When we have days off from one show, we shoot another. We have 4 shows on the go. When we're, might have a little hiatus over the holiday, we fill it with certain press or other.
We feel this is fading fast,
Yeah.
so we have to get it all in while we can.
Do you ever take vacations?
Sometimes. We did go a couple months ago for a week. We did a cruise for a friend's wedding, so that was nice to catch up with friends and family, some of our old high school and college friends.
Last year, there was no time off. I had 6 days off the entire year.
Oh my goodness.
So that's a little bit much because you do have to have downtime to sort of recharge. This year in September, I get a few weeks. I'm going to go away over the holidays at Christmas, New Year's, take a couple weeks.
You have to find balance. I think that's one thing with successful business or anybody with a brand to be successful. You need to balance your work life and your personal life. My girlfriend works for our company, and so a lot of our personal time is actually sort of pseudo-working time.
When you schedule your personal life, it's, you're a busy person.
Yeah.
But my friends have become used to it. My friends know if I'm coming into town, I can't tell them in advance because I don't know. We generally don't know our schedule until the night before. And so I can't really plan something with them, but I'll give them a call, we'll schedule it, and then, okay, 2 o'clock, from 2 to 4, we'll hang out, we'll go for lunch, whatever. They just know.
That's not a bad thing, though. Some people say, oh, that's ridiculous. That's not the way to live, having to schedule your personal time. That's totally the way to live. If you want to be maximizing your time, if you want to get the most out of your work time and everything that you do, if you're really pursuing something that you're passionate about, scheduling your personal time is an important part of that busy lifestyle.
I love it. Now, all that work, you guys are spending a lot of time together. We had multiple viewers write in asking how you do it. Your brother JD is in your production company with you, right?
Well, JD's talent. He's a host. So the production company we own, and we actually produce some shows that JD's in. Insider is one of the shows where he crashes sets on DIY and HGTV. But he's also hosting other shows and other projects.
Were you getting to how do we not kill each other?
Yeah.
We have a no BS policy, so if there's something that's bugging us, we just get it out. Get it out and deal with it. The nice thing is we have very different interests in some things as well. So sometimes I'll go off and I'll do something with a friend. Drew will be off doing like ping pong lessons because he's obsessed with beating me at ping pong.
Wow.
So, which he now can, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so there's different things
I like
that
to
we
feel
do.
it's fortunate.
Yeah.
I have a 4-inch restraining order on Jonathan, so he has to stay at least 4 inches away from me.
Yeah.
No, it's. I think that's what it is. People think that you can't work with family, and that's not true. If you set emotion aside, business is business, family is family. when we work together, we know that emotional decisions are not made. If there's an issue that's in the way, we get it out, deal with it, and we move on. And together, we always make a better decision than we do on our own.
Yeah. And it's important too, because if I ever need some sort of an organ transplant, I know he would be a donor, so I want to stay in the good books with him.
Yeah, the bonus. Let's get into a couple more viewer questions. Oh, this was a good one from Jen. She wanted to know, what would it take for you to give up your current gig and move on to a new opportunity? Which could still be like in the same industry, but give up all of your HGTV shows. What would it take?
Yeah, honestly, that's an interesting question. I don't think it would ever happen. We have such a great relationship with HGTV. We're like family. And we do 4 shows with them. We have a lot of other projects on the go. We have ideas coming forward. Yeah,
I would do it.
If
I didn't have to get dirty every single day and beaten up and bruised, I would say I would have to be able to tour with my illusion show and do all that stuff. Because I miss being live on stage for people.
Right.
It's one thing that we love. So when we get to go do live lectures and talk about real estate and all that, I love it because I miss that live connection with the audience.
I'm telling HGTV that you easily gave them up for magic.
That's it. Done. Boom.
So that kind of leads into a question I love to ask every time. Looking back over this crazy journey, what has been the best part and the worst part? I guess maybe the worst part for you would be all the dirt.
I had an entire 400 square foot ceiling fall on me. That wasn't a very good time.
I can't even imagine.
I would say the best part is I just love working with Drew, and when we do like Property Brothers at Home, my whole family was there, mom, dad, JD, everybody, and we were all working together. We just laugh every day. Our crew is like family. That's for me the best part, because it's not like going to work. It's like just hanging out with the people you love.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, the fact that we are living proof that if you work hard towards what you want to do, you will succeed. And you hear all the time, especially in our industry, for hosts and actors, it's 1,000,001 chance that you'll make it. There's so many other actors or hosts out there, and they don't make it. That's not true.
It's 1,000,002.
Yeah, 1,000,002. 99% of those people out there, they're not treating themselves as a business. They're looking at themselves as an actor or host, and they're waiting for their agent to call and give them something. We saw that we were a business. We saw that we were a brand that we can promote like a business, and we pushed ourselves. And so if you truly are working hard, you're doing 50 to 100 hours a week, pushing your brand and pushing the way that you should be doing to work hard, you will succeed.
What do you think is the first step to start thinking of yourself as a brand or a business? Like for an actor who is doing exactly what you said, just waiting for their manager.
Quit making excuses and quit waiting for someone else to hand you it on a silver platter. You're not going to get the career you want. You're not going to get those acting roles or those hosting gigs if you're waiting for someone to call you and give it to you.
I will be totally honest, and I've come across this so many times. So many people are like, I've tried everything to break into this business, and I want to do this, and I want to be good at it. And every time I talk to them, they're sitting at home playing video games, or they're doing something
at the bar.
The first number of years when we were really, really pushing hard, we were never ever sitting downtime. We were always pushing something, working, meeting somebody, doing events, getting our name out there. You can start growing your brand within your community, within your city. From there, maybe you expand to something across the country. With the internet now, the nice thing is you can really get your brand out there, and it doesn't have to cost you a whole bunch of money.
I don't like seeing people who are talking about all the great things they want to do in their life and these big goals that they have, and they're doing nothing towards it. That actually, that annoys me. I will point out there are a lot of people that were in my life that were those negative influences, and I sort of cut ties with all of them because I want nothing but positive influences in my life, especially the business side of me. He makes fun of me as being all business. I'm a robot.
His nickname's the robot.
Yeah, the robot. But if I have people surrounding me that are that same positive energy, they're driven, they're doing the things that they want to do, in no matter what your industry is, that's positive energy, and I love it.
People always say, well, you have to be in the right place at the right time. That's not actually the whole saying, in my opinion. You have to be in the right place at the right time and prepared. Because you may very well miss your opportunity. We've had people who've auditioned for us for a show that we're developing, and they just really didn't prepare very well, or there wasn't something there. They had the opportunity, and they blew the audition. And unfortunately, sometimes it only takes one of those before you don't get seen again. So make sure you're prepared and make sure you understand what the show is, and it gives you a better chance.
Well, you guys have so many things with your production company and your show, and even just like with each house or project, you have a lot of ideas. And one viewer, Scott, wrote in and asked, how do you decide whether or not an idea is good and worth pursuing?
This is Scott McGilvery trying to get some sneaky information from us.
Yeah.
I get it.
How do we know if it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Well, the biggest thing to wrap your brain around is the fact that there is not one right idea in anything. So whether it's in design, whether it's for a show, there's not just one right idea. You want to find out what works best for the end goal. And so the best thing we do is we brainstorm in a group. We get all of the powers that be within our company for creative. We get in a group and we start throwing ideas out there. When you're spitballing, no idea is a bad idea. You throw them all up there, and then that might lead to another idea. And at the end of it, those are the most valuable things we do within our company. At the end of it, you'll have something that's solid. You've got influence from all these different people, and I'd love to take responsibility for the fact that I do all the design and everything involved. There's no way. I do 60 projects a year. So I have design leads that I attach to every project, and I get them to go and do the estimating, and I get them to go and do the sourcing. And sometimes they'll come back and say, hey, I found this incredible thing. It's an even better price than what you thought. What about this? And so they bring me ideas too.
I will take credit for everything. I do everything for our brand. It's all about a team, and if you want to be successful in business, if you want to be successful as a brand or personality on TV, you have to understand that you need those strong people around you, because as a team, you're going to thrive.
I like to think that I get to sit down and, pick the brain of two guys like you. I mean, so many people would want to do that. What would your number one piece of advice be for them, for their career?
Stand out. Make an impression for yourself. Make people remember you, and for a positive reason.
My little bit of advice that I would say to the person is simply this. Continuous effort is the key to unlocking your true potential. And that's something that I say over and over and over to myself. You can never learn enough. He probably gets tired of hearing me say that.
I wonder when in this interview Drew will bring up that quote.
Yeah.
There it is. Ding. So tell us what's next for you. What is your next big idea that you guys are excited about?
World domination.
Well, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, we're on our way. There's a lot of stuff coming up. We're just finishing up our first book. So our book will be out in April 2016. And that is a huge undertaking, but it's been exciting, and it's going to be a great
Fans
book.
have been asking for it for a while. Scott Living, we have launched. We actually launched earlier this year. Right now our products are on QVC, and we also have some in a few other outlets like Boardman's, some other major vendors we're going to be announcing in the coming months. But we love the fact that we have all these ideas that our fans have been asking for, all of our design ideas, ways that are giving people at all price points what they're looking for, to have that real high-end feel for what they want without having to pay those high-end prices.
And it's the ultimate pat on the back for our fans, because we listen to everything they say, and when there's a demand for something, when they ask if we're interested in doing something, we listen and we deliver. So
Yeah,
hard work.
amazing. Well, we're going to give away, they have signed, you guys want to hold up your respective shirts. They
Here's
have
a signed
autographed their shirts, so we're going to give away a copy we'll give away a copy of The Power of Persuasion, and we'll give away a copy of Rich Dad Poor Dad and the shirts. So go to thepursuit.tv/propertybrothers to enter to win and check that out. And then we will be right back with a game of Heads Up after this. Here are my key takeaways to achieving success from my interview with the Property Brothers. Number 1, be proactive. Drew's best advice for aspiring hosts and actors: quit making excuses. And Jonathan added that when they were trying to break into the business, they were never just sitting around talking about trying to make it. They were never at the bar. They were never playing video games. They were always marketing themselves and trying to find a way to push their brand out there. So instead of waiting on a manager or an agent to find jobs for you, you go out and find places where you think would be a good fit for your brand. Speaking of brands, number 2, build a distinct brand for yourself. Jonathan said his number 1 piece of advice was to make yourself stand out. They also said to make sure you realize that you yourself are a brand. Each of them has their own brand, and they gave the example that a realtor who works for Keller Williams has their own brand outside of the Keller Williams brand. They said that one thing that definitely helped them get ahead was that they understood branding and business. Number 3, do the work. Drew's personal mantra is continuous effort is the key to unlocking your true potential, which probably explains why the two of them worked 50 to 100 hours a week when they were trying to break into the business, and they still work crazy schedules. They maximize every minute of the day, and they encourage other people to do that as well if they wanted to achieve success, especially in such a competitive industry. Number 4, it is possible. They say that they are proof that if you work hard towards your goals, you can make it, even in a competitive industry. I find it really inspiring and encouraging that when they were auditioning for the show that became the Property Brothers as we know it today, they had not been auditioning for about a decade. They had been focusing on their real estate business. So if you're trying to break back into an industry that you left, or you're trying to make it in a really competitive field, I hope that this inspired, encouraged, and motivated you today.
Yeah, I'm trying to guess, right? Frankenstein.
Zombies.
Older.
Movie.
Zombie, Brad Pitt.
No, it's a movie.
Not Sunset,
oh.
but
Yeah.
Sunset.
What happens when the when the sun,
Sunrise of Zombies. Sunrise of Zombies.
What?
when the sun rises? What is that called?
Sunshine. Sun.
Uh,
Pass.
Yeah.
Gosh, he isn't good at
Oh, blue people.
with tails that put their
Avatar.
tails together. Yeah.
Wait.
Down. Oh, he's still not good. Okay, so
Oh my.
Avengers. No, not Avengers. Never mind.
This is like
Wait.
the puppet, puppet
yeah.
bad movie.
America.
Oh.
F yeah.
Oh yeah. This is. I can't.
They're
A group.
They work together
Super
as
team.
a-
Team.
yes.
Team America.
yeah.
And then-
I guess I kind of cheated because I said America,
Yeah.
but
All right, just pass.
good enough.
Or, yeah, either way.
So 007.
Bond. James Bond.
But what's one of the
Royal.
not
Russian
silver, but
Goldfinger. Goldfinger. Oh, did it.
I didn't know that was
Goldeneye.
Bond. Was Goldeneye?
I think it was James
Yeah.
Bond.
Goldeneye.
Well, you got what 3?
Now, does that mean that I'm bad, or you guys aren't good at explaining?
It means we are bad.
You
So I got 3.
No, it means he's bad. We get
All right.
great advice.
Okay.
You got 3. You ready?
All right. Little creatures, don't feed them water after midnight. Don't feed after midnight.
The not Tremors. That is the
I don't know
Gizmo.
what to call them.
what is it?
Yes, you almost said it.
Critters? No.
No.
Oh my God! How did I not remember that? I know what it is.
Yeah.
That's
They
bad.
multiply if you get them wet.
Give me other like rhymes with or something.
What? Are you allowed to do that?
I don't know, but
I don't
what
know.
rhymes with that?
There's a giant Russian building. Starts with a K.
That's what
Oh
I
my
was
God!
thinking you
I'm
were
so
saying.
terrible. I was making fun of you.
Pass. We're never gonna get
The Kremlin.
Kremlin.
Gremlins.
Yeah,
Gremlins.
that's what I
All
thought
right. Okay, this one is best trilogy of all time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is.
Not A Bug's Life.
It's an animation.
Same type.
It
plot.
involves some. What?
Christmas
best
movie.
Christmas movie ever. John. Yeah. Hey,
Elf.
Mr. Narwhal. Yeah.
Yes. I
Wait,
think
who
we,
sucks at this?
It's the person who's calling things.
Oh, that's how it works.
I think we all
I got
were
one.
really bad at that game.
If that wasn't your phone, I would smash it.
No, hold on. Your turn. Put it on your head. Let's see how
Okay.
you do.
That was terrible. You want to see the video?
Oh yes.
Click on the watch.
Watch and then.
I like how I'm
Save.
terrible until they suck.
And then slide up.
Okay.
That was disgustingly despicable.
Yeah.
2, 1. Okay.
Best Western. It's about people from
Billy Crystal out on the range riding horses, roping cattle.
They get a pet cow.
Western.
Wait, how old are you?
30.
Okay,
Maybe-
you should
maybe
know
pass.
this one.
Tombstone.
No,
It's where they're out
It's a
there.
comedy. It's a comedy. It's about a bunch of people. They go.
It's never gonna
It's a
happen.
dude
Yeah.
ranch.
All right.
All
So, what's your favorite holiday? It's not Christmas. It's not Thanksgiving. It's
Dress up.
Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. This is a romantic comedy. Billy Crystal and
When Harry
Meg.
Met Sally.
Close. Same actors. And it's the one they did after that.
Hey, when I get a ding on my phone, it's because I
Get a call.
no,
Get a text.
no,
Get a email. You
yes,
got mail?
yes.
This is it's about a guy who flies and he can see through walls.
Superman?
Yes. And
You're gonna win.
This is a classic.
Skip it. You're not gonna get it. Okay, this is.
Time's up.
She would have got that.
So you guys are the best at giving clues, is what we've discovered.
I'm the best. All of those are the ones that I gave you.
Hey, it's a tie.
I heard you were
3 and
competitive.
It's
3.
a tie between the two of us. So how do we settle a tie? What do we do? Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's
priorities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want to play again? To break the tie?
No, it's in time between you and me.
What do you want to rock,
Oh.
paper, scissors?
Drew's a
again?
loser. He's gone.
Okay, you go again then.
So I'll go, and then
Swipe up.
remember who guesses the most.
Okay.
All right. Give me good hints.
It's a Bond film. It's a Bond villain woman. One of the woman names. They're always funny names.
Eight tentacles.
Octopussy.
Yes.
No, you passed.
Oh.
Shit. Well, we remember. I got that.
Okay. This is an animation. It's a Disney film. It's about
Under the
living under
sea.
the water.
Little
Under
Mermaid.
the sea.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, when I get angry.
The Hulk.
Yes.
Whole thing?
But the whole thing.
The Hulk.
Amazing
Amazing Adventures of the
No,
Hulk.
his full name.
He's
Incredible-
not Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Pat, you want this one? Go.
Garth, what's up, dude?
That's
Bum bum.
Yeah.
Bum bum. What the what? Oh.
We both just keep making that noise.
Hey Garth. What do you
that-
want to do tomorrow?
Wayne's World. Yeah. Life is like a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump. Yeah. And this is it's all there's a Bill Murray.
Oh, Groundhog Day. Okay, I will point out one thing you don't do in this game. If someone's not getting it, don't just keep repeating the same dumb thing over.
Dun,
That was pretty good.
Best we
So
can
I'd
come
like
up
to
with.
point out I got 4, so that means I'm the winner.
All right. Well, now we know that Drew is the winner of Heads Up. And be sure and go to plug all of your shows and dates and websites and everything.
If people go to thescottbrothers.com, that's the best resource to find out what we're doing. We're on social media, every platform. I am Mr. Silver Scott. Silver's my middle name.
And I'm Mr. Drew Scott.
All right.
See you
awesome.
there.
Yeah. Well, I am here with the Property Brothers, and I'm Kelsey Humphreys, and this has been The Pursuit.